Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the incredible world of cells, the building blocks of life. From the tiniest microorganisms, cells are the foundation upon which life thrives. Today, we embark on an epic journey through the intricacies of cells, where tiny miracles unfold and mysteries abound. Prepare yourself to be amazed as we unravel the microscopic mystery. Hey everybody, this is me, Hamza, and you're watching Born to Lead, aka B2L. It's an empowerment avenue for the radiant souls and the dream chasers to unleash their potential and pursue their passion. Cells, which are now defined as the structural and the functional unit of life, has its own unique history, and many biologists contributed to its discovery. We have a whole lot video dedicated for the history of cell theory. Now coming back to our topic, cell was discovered, or you can say first observed by the Robert Hooke, and that's cell basically where the cell basically gets its name. Now enough of history. The four main postulates of the cell theory today are: the living organisms are made of one or more cells. So there are unicellular organisms such as bacteria, amoeba, paramecium, and euglena, while multicellular such as plants and animals. Cell contains genetic information for cell division inside the nucleus. And these are the processes which occur, the mitosis or the meiosis, which help the cell to divide with the genetic encoding that resides in your nucleus. The cell is the fundamental unit of structure and function in all living organisms. Now, what does it mean? Actually, it is a fundamental, or we can say the smallest unit, the teeny tiny structure which forms a structure and helps in function to all living organisms. It is actually the starting point of life. Cell contains the hereditary material which is passed from generation to generation, and of course it helps in the cell division as well. Now, to have a deep understanding of cell, let's ponder this fascinating question: what truly defines life? Now, what separated living from non-living? The answer is very simple and lies within the extraordinary composition of biological cell. Now, behold the cell, the smallest unit of life. Cells are like tiny cities bustling with activity where each component plays a vital role. Just as a city requires various buildings and infrastructures to function, similarly a cell is composed of several organelles. The organelles are the basic components of the structure of the cell, each having its own unique purpose. So, what makes a cell alive? It's a symphony of functions performed by its organelles. Let's explore some of these incredible players in the game of life. First things first, cell membrane, our cellular superhero suit. Oh, that's bio. Coming back. How holds it all together? It's the phospholipid bilayer that controls what enters and exits the cell. The phospholipid, you may ask, is a special type of lipid that's both hydrophobic and hydrophilic, which means the half part is like most of the lipids is afraid of water, you can say, and the half part is hydrophilic, which means it have a good friendship with water molecules. Yay, cool. Think of it as the coolest club in the town. only allowing VIP molecules to pass through. Inside the cell, a bustling city awaits, teeming with organelles, tiny compartments that carry out specialized tasks. Check out the mitochondria, the energy powerhouse that generate ATP like little batteries or power stations. Endoplasmic reticulum, a network of tubes and sacs, help with protein synthesis and lipid production. And hey, meet the Golgi apparatus, the cell's post office, ensuring proteins are sorted, modified, and shipped their rightful destination. The cytoskeleton is a rigid skeleton structure for the cells, and nucleus can be father who made all important decisions. In the plant cells, some specific organelles like chloroplasts are present, which are like the solar panels that are implanted and perform photosynthesis, converting into energy rich molecules like glucose. One of the most crucial events in a cell's life is the cell division. Oh, you're so bored. Seems you're bored. Now comes the most interesting part. Through the processes like mitosis and the meiosis, cells replicate the DNA. Oh, that sounds fascinating. Like you can heal yourself with the cell division. Remember, everything is made up of atoms. As you know, that atoms are the smallest particles in this universe. So, cells are also made of atoms. Atoms combine to form molecules, and molecules, particularly the macromolecules, work in the form of a unit called protoplasm. When protoplasm work in a form of unit, it forms a cell, a living cell, and that's where the life begins. Cells can also specialize and form different tissues and organs within the multicellular organisms. Muscle cell, for example, contracts, and nerve cell transmits electrical signals, whereas our blood cells transport oxygen and nutrients throughout the body. But wait, there's more. Cells are ultimate chatterboxes. Now, what does that mean? They constantly exchange information and work together. They communicate through the chemical signals or electrical impulses, and even with the physical connection like plasmodesmata. It's like they're having their very own cellular TED talk. Oh, that sounds fascinating. Cellular TED talk. Hey, oh, anyways, and all of these feature in a cell, and all these features in a cell let it perform as a living individual. Cells do respire, digest, excrete, move, reproduce, and grow. Yes, cells do grow. Not like you, basically the human grows into an adult, but cells also grow with time. So now we can proudly say that cells are the smallest unit of life. And that's fascinating. Believe me, it's the starting point of life, where the life begins. Just like fictional story. A perfect beginning. These are some interesting questions for cells as you were up till now to this video. So these are some of the most asked questions regarding cells. Now, most of you, if you are a curious person like me, you would wonder, how many cells are in the human body? Well, that's have, that's not a correct 100% correct answer, but we can assume, or on average, there are about 37.2 trillions of cells in the human body. Whoa, that's more cells than there are stars in the Milky Way. Next time, credit yourself. I never knew I was so special. Anyways, can cells live without oxygen? Most cells rely on oxygen for energy production. Some amazing creatures, on the other hand, like bacteria and yeast, can survive and thrive in the environment without oxygen. They are true masters of adaptation. Cool. Okay, so if it was fascinating for you, hold on. The last and the most beautiful question: how many types of cells are there? Broadly, there are many types of cells that have been discovered up till now. But broadly, there are eukaryotes and the prokaryotes. Okay, U is actually another language for the new, and karyotes means nucleus, or you can say karyon, which is another language for the nucleus. So in the eukaryotes, basically, the nucleus is present. But on the other hand, the prokaryotes is the cell which have the absence of cell. Nucleus. And that nucleus is actually important, the most vital organelle in the cell. Why don't they have the nucleus? Actually, like bacteria and some other microorganisms have the absence, are basically the prokaryotes, basically fall under the category of prokaryotes. But why don't they have the nucleus? Actually, most eukaryotes are multicellular, and you can relate that in the multicellular organisms we have discussed earlier that they require cell division and cell growth, and for these processes they require the cell division like mitosis. But on the other hand, bacteria are single-celled organisms and they do not require any type of division. So they have the genetic material, but it floats freely inside a cloud structure called the nucleoid. Now you can remember the prokaryotes and eukaryotes with their name. And how is it possible? You can relate the rhyming sound. For example, the pro rhymes no. Pro, no. And you does rhyme with do. So eukaryotes do have a nucleus and prokaryotes have no nucleus. Prokaryotes like bacteria have no nucleus, whereas eukaryotes do have a nucleus and membrane-bound organelles. Now, what is membrane? Actually, in the eukaryotes, we have the organelles that have a special covering. Like you cover your food while you put them in a refrigerator, same as they have the eukaryotic organelles are special, and they have a special coat to represent their fancy outfit. Okay, so they have their own fascinating coat. To summarize, cells are the building blocks of life, intricate and awe-inspiring in their design. From their composition to their functions, cells hold key to understanding very essence of existence. So, let us appreciate the wonder of cells and limitless possibilities they bring to us. So, as we conclude this journey, I want you to remember that just like cells work harmoniously in their life to create our life, we too have the power to unite and achieve greatness and, of course, success. So, embrace the infinite potential within you and dare to dream, for life itself begins with the magic of a single cell. Hope you learn something new. Be curious and always keep asking questions. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please do subscribe our channel and do click on the notification button so you never miss out an update. Thank you. Thank you.